created the regular angle, man. Hey, facing the east. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. That my honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3, men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yerami Kazak back with hopefully another edifying street preaching through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash, the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yahawah equals He is, He exists. Yahawashi equals He saves, He delivers, He is salvation. And Rakakadash equals the Spirit that's holy, a Spirit that's set apart, which we come forth in, that Holy Spirit, in the names of our power. So, get straight into it, man. Jacob's trouble is here. That'll be the title of this one. Jacob's trouble is here. And we was feeling the preliminaries of it, the prerequisites of it, okay, for a long time, okay? Going back with major implications of Jacob's trouble with 2020. Thinking that was it, but that was not it. That was just a qualifying round, okay? Esau had to qualify certain things to see how his slaves would react. So he put you through certain trials and tribulations to see, hey, is they gonna take the jabby jab? Okay, how they gonna react to this? How they gonna react to us saying that it's mandatory when it really wasn't mandatory? It's ways to get around those type of things, But when the C-HIP, the MOTB comes down and they implicating it's mandatory, it's still a way to get around it. What is that way? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. It's always a way to get around the devil. Okay, even though if that entails you losing your life, if that entails you going hungry, guess what? Isaiah 65:13, the Father is going to feed you. Okay, in those times, He will not forsake you. You call on Him now. What are you going to do in those times? You're going to call on Him still. He answers you now. He's going to answer you in those times. But if your faith is weak, then you're going to bend, you're going to crack, you're going to fold, man. Right? So, I got a video I want to play. Because the mindset of Jake, your average Jake, who was relying upon the WIC, was relying upon the SNAP, was relying upon the EBT, was relying upon these government aid programs, food stamps, okay? So when those things are took away, they are put in a desperate situation. And this is how they feel. So I'm gonna play this video of this Israelite woman, she's a Jake. She don't know, most likely, but let's see how she feels about this whole situation, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I sent that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way. These stores I'm walking out with Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke this bitch like Jack, I'm gonna be spilling like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card, so that bitch say ain't no pending balance on there. I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm gonna have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass up hard. You gonna think a jet to holiday your bitch ass if you think I ain't gonna walk out this stuff. And please follow me to that motherfucking car if you feel it motherfucking wrong, you bitch. You ain't gonna make it back to your motherfucking position at that fucking Walmart store. I'm telling you. You wanna take some link? Like I don't be taking shit already. Watch this. It's okay.
And that's the mindset of Eve. That's the mindset of Jake in general, man. YN's already at these stores, the Walmart, the Stater Brothers, wherever it be, the Wingstop. They already been looting, stealing orders. They already been doing that. Okay, now you cutting off their mother's income. When food stamps is your income, you cutting off the way that they eat. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna do more of that. So expect looting, expect rioting, we know a lot of these smash and grabs have been government funded, right? To bring in that environment, to bring in that atmosphere of where you can go do a smash and grab, get away, and you won't get caught, you know? So now that atmosphere is set, it's in place, order out of chaos, because chaos is about to, you know, exist furthermore, as the scriptures say. So with that being said, what is the reason, you may ask, for martial law, for Jacob's trouble to take its next step, to upgrade, to go to the next level of government control, man? All right? Because you have to get the order to the chaos. You create the chaos, and then you have to bring the order. All right? You got these birds, you know, flying over us. That's how we may eat in these times, coming and dropping us food, such as they did the prophets before. Right? So, ain't nothing impossible to the Most High, man. Did a lesson pertaining to that yesterday. Nothing is impossible to the Most High. It's just you gotta have faith to understand that, hey, yeah, we don't got to see him. We can't go in the grocery stores because you're gonna have to need it to get in there. We can't go to the hospital or whatever. I don't go to the hospital regardless, but we won't be able to exist in this society. So what? We exist with Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's the feeling and the sentiments that you need to have, man. You have something greater than Esau's fucking dollar. All right? So let's go to the book of Isaiah, the 65th chapter. All right? And it reads, the caption, we're going to start at verse 11, but the caption is, the fate of those who forsake Yahawah. Okay? Verse 11, but ye are they that forsake Yahawah, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink of offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear. But did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. All right. Now you ask yourself, when did this happen? This happened consistently. This happened when we came up out of Egypt. Okay. Yahawah sent Moses. He's calling you. He's bringing you through his man. But you're turning back and you're seeking a golden calf. All right, you're murmuring and complaining. You're rising up against Moses, his chosen. All right, the man that he chose to bring you up out. So you're going against the order that the Most High was trying to establish. All right, as he said, he would establish Yahawashi being that angel. You need to listen to him. But you went against him. Therefore, he sent your ass walking around for 40 years. You know, because you went against the order and the structure that was set up. All right, hey, Shalawam to my brothers. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham, both of you brothers. All right. So you went against the order that was established and set up. Furthermore, I want to go to the book of Hosea. Because you can't say you didn't know. As 2nd Esdras 9 and 11 states, the opportunity of repentance was open to you. You had a chance to correct yourself and get right. But you denied it. You scoffed at it. You mocked at it. You didn't believe in it. 1 second. Matter of fact, before we even go there, I'm going to go to Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahawah answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Now, he may run that readeth it. Meaning, you're going to be able to run the race. You have the proper instruction, the proper understanding to be able to run the race. You have the proper, guidance because you're reading the scriptures and you're getting the understanding. And how do you get that? From the Holy Spirit and also from the men that came before you that have the Holy Spirit. So they are coming to break it down for you. As Isaiah 30:20 says, you shall see your teachers. You got the bread of adversity. Yes, all of us got that. All right, check to check. Pockets ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? We trying to make it what it is. All right, but our teachers is there for us to get that knowledge, for us to get that understanding. And this is our comfortability. This is what we seek for, So going from that, and as you see, the vision is written for an appointed time. We've been speaking about Jacob's trouble. How long? The elders been speaking about it. How long? All right? And now it is in your face. It's right here. All right? And it's a beautiful thing. You may act like, why are you saying it's a beautiful thing that the YT man is coming down on the black man? Because, and the Native American and the Latino, because it is what it is. Okay? This is what we pray for, man. All right? That may not sound right to you, but it's according to the Father's will. What's the Father's will? For this place to be judged, for this place to be done away with, for us to be able to get up out of here. So if we got to go through some pain, we got to go through all this turmoil, all this sorrow to get up out of here, then let it be. Let it be. I don't want to exist here no more, man. I'm not happy here. All right? Let's go to Hosea 4:6 real quick, just to state. Because asking, when did you go against the Most High? Well, it's consistent. It's ongoing. You're going against the Most High right now by calling on Jesus. All right? Calling on a false name. A name that has no meaning. A name that you're making the Father's name and the Son's name. You're taking it in vain by giving it no power. Okay? Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Because you have what? 2nd Esdras 9:11 again. You have rejected the opportunity of repentance. You have rejected that opportunity to turn back and get right. It's right there for you. And it's consistently there for you. It's consistently open to you. How many times do you see the prophets? How many times do you see the brothers doing lessons? Sometimes 2 lessons a day or more. All right? That opportunity is there for you to come in, to learn, and to grow. It's not going to be overnight. All right? You may learn you an Israelite, then you got to learn the customs. You got to learn the culture. You got to learn what this thing is about and what is required of you. It's an obligation that comes with it. It's an oath that you take when you come and you start to teach and you start to learn. It's a spiritual oath, man. All right? Keeping it going. Verse 7, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. Y'all been lifted up. Y'all had a lot. You've enjoyed America. You've drunk the wine of Babylon, and you've enjoyed all the pleasures that she gave to you. But now that glory is going to be turned into shame. You was the man. Now you will be low. You will be low. And furthermore, in the kingdom, you will be low, walking with your head down in shame for a time period. Because you rejected the Most High. All right? You will have to feel death by pain, man. Because you rejected the Most High. You rejected the Son. You rejected Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. The names, the understanding, the doctrine. All right? What was required of you, you rejected it. You are being enlisted in the army right now. He's Yahawah of hosts. Hosts meaning armies. You are being enlisted right now, and it's like you throwing your draft letter away, and what are you choosing? You're choosing the lake of fire because you didn't want to come serve in the army. That's what you're choosing. The spiritual jail, all right, for an eternity, meaning a long while. All right. Verse 8, they eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity. Their mind is set upon sin. Their mind is set upon what pleases their flesh. I did a lesson last night talking about discipline, my friend. You have to discipline the flesh. You have to discipline your understanding. You have to fight off the desires of the flesh. If you allow this flesh to talk and walk, it's going to lead you into sin every single day. All right? You're going to be ongoing, continually, perpetually committing sin. And that will therefore make you a sinner. Okay? You will be, you're in a chain of darkness, but you have been made free, set free by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, quickening you to this understanding. Okay? But if you reject that and you deal with the flesh and you don't train it, you don't get rid of those old habits, then you're going to stay in that chain of darkness. You're going to stay in that prison, which this is. All right? That's why we are born of the Spirit, man. We serve him in spirit and truth. We don't serve him with this body in this sense of our flesh. You got these Israelites, you want to write a Bible scripture on your chest and with tattoos. That's what? That's actually going against the law. All right? So you serve him. You got many that serve him carnally. Okay? By the phylacteries and the fringes and those type of things. But you're a Jew on the outward and not a Jew on the inward. You're an Israelite on the outward, but not an Israelite on the inward. All right? Man, what you doing off the camera, man? What's your real life like? All right? Verse 9. And there shall be like people like a priest, like people like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them their doings. For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredom and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to Yahawah. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. You have individuals yelling at us, not respecting this truth that we're bringing out. All right? If you were serious, you would get out of your car, stop eating that human meat at McDonald's, and bring your ass out here. But you're not serious because you people don't care about Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. All right? So at the end of the day, man, these people don't know what the fuck they're a part of. You don't know. Yelling at us from a car. Precepts. Hey, the water, brothers. The water. Hey, y'all dropping. Okay. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. All right? Once again, right here is ample enough space for an individual, if you want to really seriously learn what we're talking about. Park your car, come out. Parking lots over there, over there, over there, whatever. All right? But these individuals are not serious because they don't truly fear Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, meaning they have no wisdom. Proverbs 1 and 7. They have no wisdom. They have no understanding. They have no knowledge. All you have is what the YT man has placed in front of you. So that's all that you're going to get. That's what you think is the best. You think that the YT man society is as good as it gets. That you can work that 9 to 5, get you a house, get you a wife, white picket fence, and 2 cars, and that's it. That's life. That's a bullshit ass life, man. All right? You think the Most High has established for you to have that? That's it? That's as good as the God gives? That's crazy. Okay? Let's keep it going. Isaiah 62 and 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Yahawah, keep not silence. You got to constantly open your mouth. Do not hide that talent in the ground. Do not hide away. Do not learn that you are Israelite and just be a couch potato. Okay? You have to get active, man. This is about getting active, swinging that sword. Verse 7. And give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. What are we doing? Isaiah 58 and 1. We're crying out. We're crying aloud. We're crying, man. It might not be no tears or nothing, but we crying. Okay? This is a form of crying to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Please, destroy this place, man. We ready. We ready. We ready. We ready. Baba Kashar. You know, I hope my other brothers is ready. Everybody ready. You should not. Babylon is done, man. What are you holding on to? It's nothing here. It's nothing here. It wasn't anything ever here. All right? I would say, yeah, going back to the 90s, it was a better time, but it really wasn't. Because we was in confusion. We was in darkness. All right, it was just, this kingdom was, what it had the illusion of being okay, in a sense. But that so-called American dream has faded away. So the spell, the sorcery that this witch, this warlock was placed on us is breaking apart. And that's due to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi raising us up, those dry bones. You know, so any illusion, any spell, any appeal that America was given, it's not appealing anymore. We see this whore, Isaiah 47. All right, we see the skirt is lifted up. We can see all the sores and the bruises and the STIs, STDs, whatever it be. We can see all the bumps, all right, on this whore that we, at one time in our life, admired. We had dreams here. We thought we could be something here, all right? So, hey, the gig is up, man. The gig is up. Jeremiah 5:1. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if you can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it. Can't. And those men be who? That be the brothers, that be the prophets, that be the brotherhood. All right? What are we doing? We're executing judgment. We are judging. We are condemning. We are refuting. All right? Isaiah 54 and what? 16, 17? All right? We are refuting these things that are put upon us. Diagnosis, illnesses, sicknesses, whatever it may be. We are trusting. We are praying. We are fasting. We are knocking this place down. We don't have no military. We don't got nukes ourselves, but we know that these nukes will be sent to destroy this place. Okay? So our army, as Elijah or Elisha, Slakia, it's more that be with us than them. And it's Elisha, I believe so. If a brother could get that for me. All right? It's more that be with us than be with them. But they can't see. It's an army behind us, man. Okay? Every time we out here, you know, it's an army behind us, keeping wicked spirits away from us. If they do come, they allow us to deal with them. And we deal in wisdom. We deal with understanding. That's why nothing is of us. We got to trust Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi to put the words in our mouth. Whatever we say, all right, give it all up. Before you hit camp, man, you know, pray. After camp, pray. Okay? You want to pray. You want to come out here with a clear mind, no emotions and all of that. Nah, you want to come out here proper and right and bring it out correctly and properly. Okay? You don't want to come out here with no damn demons on you. All right? You know what I'm saying? Or you're not going to be a proper living sacrifice. Okay? Getting some more from the comment board, Acts 14 and 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of power. Continue in the faith. That means after every single reincarnation, every single regeneration, to continue in the faith. And then when you in the faith, you woke up to continue furthermore. All right? You know, so as it says, the spirits of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. So you have to come back and do that job once again, waking your brothers and sisters up, because it's no remembrance of former things. Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter. Okay? So, having us continuing. And it's a beautiful time to be alive, because we understand that this is the last days of this YT man's kingdom, man. This is it. It's over. You will never have rulership again. You will be slaves, servants, handmaids, all right, in the kingdom of our King Yahawashi when he comes back. So, my only question to y'all is, what's your chain size? That's what it is. All right? Now, if you are Israelite, then you're going to be good. At the end of the day, you're going to be good. You know, you may have to go through some death by pain. You may have to go through all of that. If you don't get right, turn back and repent. All right? But if you are any other nation other than Yasharahla, Israel, you will go into servitude, man. You will go into slavery. All right? And these individuals, you know, over here, they ain't want to hear that shit. Sitting in their cars, thinking life is good. Life is peachy. All right? Going to their 9 to 5, which they hate. Look at this. In this man's kingdom, he has his own nation. His own nation is under his finger, man. They're low. They're eating the same wicked foods and crops and veggies and fruits and things that he feed us to kill us. So he don't care for his own nation. He say, hey, to get to y'all, I kill my own people. That's how Esau feels. And that takes you back to Genesis, the 25th chapter, of him selling his birthright for some soup, man, for some meat. All right, this dude is extremely carnal. Ezekiel 33 and 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. Khan, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Khan, as it says, and that goes to you Israelites as well, that you got the names and you got all that, but you're not drawing correctly. As it says, you draw near to me with your voice, but not with your heart, not with your mind, not with your soul, not with your spirit. All right, you may say, hey, Halalyam, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, or you got these Israelites, trendy ass Israelites, they love to say, all praises, APTTMH, right? Most High Christ blessed. What is that about, man? That ain't proper. That ain't of the scriptures. Who is Christ? You worshiping a Serapis Christos, man. You going back to Cesare Borgia. You going back to these individuals. You might as well, you an Alexandrian. You a Christian, okay? We are not that. We are Israelites, man. All right? Now, with that being said, for brothers saying we are not religious, we are religious. What's tonight? It's the Shabbat. We keep that religiously. All right? What just passed? Day of Atonement. Feast of Tabernacles. All right? Blowing of the trumpets. These are religious feasts. So we are religious, right? We keep things annually. We keep things weekly. Okay? You know, so just to break down that confusion, we are religious, but just not the way that this world is. You know? We understand that our religion is tied to our nation. You can't become an Israelite. No, that's not possible. All right? This is who? Going back to the lesson, this is Jacob's trouble. It will come down the hardest on Jacob. Now, going back to the point of Esau not giving a damn, he gonna come down on everybody. Yeah, he coming down on everybody with this big brother system, right? But ultimately, his main target is Yasharahla. All right? Yaquab's Tazar, Jacob's trouble. So this man is coming down on us, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And, you know, if your bloodline goes back to Jacob, you may look like other nations. Trust me, spiritually, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi gonna get your ass too. We don't judge off of appearance. We judge righteously. You know, we have to try the spirit. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi knows who you are. He knows what tribe you are. He knows what nation you are a part of, even though you may look like another nation. All right? Keeping it going. And the water for the precepts, Ahtham. Habakkuk 3 and 2. I have heard thy speech and was afraid, O Yahawah. Revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known in wrath. Remember mercy. Exactly. That's why we diligently seek the Most High. Ecclesiasticus 18 and 14. He will have mercy on those that receive discipline and diligently seek him. Right? So, with that being said, his sons, being his sons, right? We're gonna receive chastisement. We're gonna get those ass whippings. We're gonna be knocked low. It's gonna be times where we like, you know, where this money gonna come from to pay for this, pay for that. These things are gonna happen. But are we gonna fold or crack? No. We're gonna stand like strong soldiers, man. You know, at this moment, we are POWs. We're behind enemy lines. You got enemies over here, enemies over there, enemies over there, enemies everywhere. But we still got the faith that our king is returning. All right, what is the kingdom like? A master that, you know, that went to a far land and his servants were still there, you know, taking care of it. So you got to take care of this land, loosely quoting that parable. You got to take care of this land until your Lord, your master returns. And that is Yahawashi. And he will return very soon. As you cannot see, the things that he told us would take place in these latter days are taking place. All right? Keeping it going. Micah 2 and 10, Khan. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Dang, y'all getting them, man. Oh, let me get that, let me see. Did y'all get that? What I called for earlier. Yeah, that Kings. The water, that's it. 2 Kings, and he answered, 2 Kings 6 and 16. And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us or more than they that be with them. And Elisha, yeah, it is Elisha, the water, prayed and said, Yahawah, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahawah opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. So I believe that was Elijah praying and opening the eyes of Elisha so he could see, you know, that, hey, bro, we got a whole armada with us. Armada speaks of ships, chariots, right? We have that. We have an armada in the skies, you know, that's with us. So when it's time, hey, Shalawam, whatever, fuck. When it's time for us to, I don't know what he was saying. When it's time for us to get up out of here and it's time for us to fight, we're coming with ships, with armada, with thousands and thousands and thousands of fighters, man. Okay? It's not gonna be nothing light. And really, we don't even need all that. You know, one angel could come and do the job, but it's gonna be overkill. This is what it is. When it talks about that battle in heaven, they prevail not. It's not gonna be really no battle. It's gonna be light work. All right? They got all these AI jets. They got all these drones. They got all these laser weapons. All that type of stuff. That does not stand up to one chariot, man. That doesn't stand up to one angel. That doesn't stand up to what we shall be. As we know we shall appear like Yahawashi, loosely quoting that scripture. All right? We shall appear like him when we are to be what we shall be. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. Y'all brothers got, let me see. Let's check it. I want to get back to this Isaiah 65. Ecclesiasticus 14 and 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of the wicked. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Come on. Esau didn't want to give y'all wick, snap, food stamps. He didn't want to give y'all that shit. Just look how quickly he takes it away. All right, to put you in distress now. It was all a setup, okay? If you went forth and you begged from your enemy, the scriptures say not to trust your enemy. Sirach 12 and 10, all right? So you went forth and you trusted this man. You put your livelihood in his hands. You didn't put your livelihood in Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, okay? Therefore, you serve the image of the beast. You're doing that. You're going after his likeness. You're keeping his ways. You're doing his Christmas. You're doing his Halloween. You're doing his Easter. You're brainwashed under his ways and his system and his society. You have become yourself a heathen, man, a Gentile, all right? And you don't think you're going to get the same punishment that they're going to receive? You put yourself in that boat by rocking with him, man. You know he was wicked. You know he betrays his own people. How you think he going to treat you? You look at these Jakes. Jake is always a scapegoat. Look at P. Diddy. The operation goes back to Clive Davis, but P. Diddy is the scapegoat. He's the one that was doing everything when Clive Davis was the main dude. So Jake, you always used as a scapegoat, a front man. All right? It ain't never gonna get back to Esau. Okay? Only the diligent will see the things. Only the diligent will search it out. Everybody else is caught up on the media, which also means a medium, a way to present information, a way to present sorcery. What does a medium do? What is a medium known as? All right? A middle part between this dimension and the spiritual dimension. So it's a way to present sorcery, spells, and that's what this media does, and it has everybody under a fucking spell. They are channeling programming. That's why you had the TV guide. It's a guide. Or the TV program. It's a program, and it's being channeled into you, man. Because Esau is a fucking serpent. He's a fucking sorcerer, which serpent goes back to Nakash. All right? So this man is a warlock, but our people can't see it. And Jacob's trouble, oh, let's go to, matter of fact, before we go to, let's go to Isaiah 19. We got to. Because what are they going to turn to? They're going to turn to all the sorcerers, the charmers, the warlocks, all those that do magic. Isaiah 19, we'll start at the top. The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahawah ruleth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, Americans against Americans, Babylonians against Babylonians, all right, fighting one another. We say civil war. Some say no civil war is gonna come. Well, when it comes, which it surely will come, you're going to be surprised and you're going to be unprepared because you never fathomed that a civil war would transpire. All right, this is what's taking place. This is why you have racial tensions in America. But furthermore, you have Democrats and Republicans and these things and people that follow them, millions of individuals that would lose their lives for their so-called political party. All right, so these tensions are rising up. You know, and really, it's order out of chaos once again. People are gonna sit back. The higher ups, the so-called elites, or I like to call some of them baby elites, like Trump is a baby elite because he's a puppet. He ain't really got no damn power. Okay, he follows a script that's given to him. So these baby elites, they're gonna sit back and go into bunkers and hide out while this stuff takes place. You know. They're not going to be on the front lines. That's why you got to look at our kings, man. Like a King David, all right? King Saul, in a sense. All right, King Solomon, Yahawashi, right? They on the front lines. King David was on the front lines chopping niggas' heads off, right? He wasn't in the background, you know, hey, do this and do that. No, we had warrior kings. We had dudes that would get down with us. Moses was fighting. Joshua was fighting. All right, we ain't got no bitch ass kings, man. We got some real kings. That's how you know that's us. All right, you got these weak ass presidents, man. Oh, fat ass can't even move, man. Talking about hey, that's why I kind of like Putin though, cause Putin with the shits, you know. But anyway, let's keep it going. And that's cause that spirit was placed on him, man. Yahawah put the spirit on this man to rise up. And even though he's an Edomite, to rise up and to get busy with America when everybody else is scared. They was like, yo, who gonna step up? Putin like, let's go. Let's go. All right. Verse 3, or verse 2 again. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. And I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to what? To the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. This is what individuals in America are going to seek to. All right? Mediums. These are more so mediums, wizards, charmers, sorcerers. All right? Those that commune with spirits, warlocks, witches. All right? But it's to no avail, man. It's to no avail. Brother got a precept. Isaiah 13 and 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and for gold they shall not delight in. And those Medes are those Russians. Exactly. Those Medes are those Russians. They're not, you can't pay them off. No, it's deeper than money. Okay? They want blood. That's their payment. That's their form of payment, man. Blood. Because the Most High, according to Zephaniah 3 and 8, his determination is to gather these nations. You think you can pay the Most High off? No, you can't. All right? So their mind, as the scriptures say about David and his mighty men, they were chaffed in their mind. It's just, no, kill, kill, kill. That's what they own, man. All right? They don't care. When they come in like a flood, in that sense, they're not going to care. All right? The only thing that will save you is that standard being lifted up by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, placing it on his men to lift up his men to be able to fight, to be able to protect, right? Hey, and the water, because that leads me back over to Isaiah 65. Everything, the solution is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. If you're not getting nothing out of this lesson, get that the solution is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. That's it. If you can't remember none of the lesson, remember that the solution is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Baba Kashar, remember that. All right, because that's it. That's the only way we getting up out of here. So back to Isaiah 65, we have verse, let's read 12 again. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. If a brother could, Baba Kashar, give me Amos 9, 8 through 10. You know, Amos 9, 8 through 10, if anybody there. Alright? So, Yahawah had his eyes upon this wicked kingdom. As it also states in Revelations 18, 4 going down to 6. You know, the heavens are speaking about America, Babylon. Alright? Now, this appointed time, going back to that Habakkuk 2 and 1 through 3, is here. The appointed time of Jacob's trouble. After that, you have an appointed time of that MOTB, this beast system. It's an appointed time for that. You have a nation, an empire that is set up to rule. And as the elders brought out, empires only last for about 250 years. We on 249. This is year 249. So that appointed time for this place to fall, it's all lining up, all falling in. All right, according to the scriptures and according to history. Okay, so it's beautiful to see it. Prophecy is taking place. And this is the thing, man. If Jake, if you ain't talking about prophecy, fuck is you talking about? What is you talk? Why you open your mouth? Prophecy is the main point of emphasis. Prophecy is the main thing that you should be pushing. Alright? Well, we might do, hey, I do health lives. You know, we're going to other stuff. But prophecy, prophecy, prophecy. That's the main thing, man. You know? That's the main thing. Bring it out. Alright? Brother got that precept. The water. Amos 9, 8 through 10. Behold, the eyes of Yahawah power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. It's sinful because look behind me. What you see? Chemtrails like a motherfucker. Alright? Flying over me right now. Chemtrails. And you say this place ain't sinful. They destroying you right now, Jake. They destroying you right now. Chemicals coming down. Alright? Destroying you. You can't even lay in the damn grass. Okay? The grass is itchy. It's you know what I'm saying? It's got all type of chemicals in it that's affecting you. Especially your kids. I like to take my daughter, 2-year-old daughter, to the park. But we gotta be careful and shit. You know? It's like, damn, you want to ground, but the chemicals coming from the chemtrails is all in the ground. Now you still ground and all that, but it just letting you know, going back to Micah 2 and 10, this place is polluted. This place will destroy you with a sword of destruction. This is not how the Most High envisioned your life to be. A job, paying bills. That ain't it. You're not supposed to be here paying bills. There ain't supposed to be nobody out here homeless. None of that, bro. There will be no homeless people in our kingdom. All right, even you Edomites, y'all gonna live in a pit. Y'all gonna have a pit to live in. All right, verse 9. Matter of fact, verse 8 again. Behold, the eyes of Yahawah power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. So what's the Father's will? It's to destroy this sinful kingdom off the face of the earth. And that kingdom incorporates, that means the UK, that means Germany, that means Russia, that means anywhere where these Edomites rule, man. All right? Anywhere where they have took over those lands. So he will destroy their rulership. This is their heaven. This is why you see a new heaven, a new rulership coming out of the heavens. All right? You see us, New Jerusalem, which is the men. It ain't talking about no damn giant city coming down. No, that's not real. Okay? It's talking about the men, the remnant. All right, the remnant, those that were saved, coming out of the clouds. That's New Jerusalem. Okay? So with that new heaven, that's a new rulership. I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saying that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Saith Yahawah. Ask yourself who the house of Jacob is. That's the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the salt of the earth. You can see it in yourself if you are an Israelite. You see the salt, the way we cook, the way we walk, the way we talk. Shoot, the slang, man. The way we speak, the way we carry ourselves, the way we dress. Jake dressed the best. All right, the conversations. All right, especially in this truth, not no worldly ass Jake, but Jake being this truth, talking things. Boy, you learn so much from the brotherhood. You learn so much from the brothers, man. How to properly take care of yourself, what to use to clean your body out. All right, knowledge. This is what our conversation is. It's knowledge and wisdom. All right, we ain't just talking bullshit. In the world we was, but now we ain't. Because we are what? We reform, we change. And that's the only way you're going to make it through Jacob's trouble, is if Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is dealing with you. It's going to show through your characteristics. It's going to show through your morals, integrity, your values, what you really hold dear. And what is that? Where you put your treasures? In the heavens. Our treasures are not on here. We can lose everything, be thrown into jail, butt-ass naked. But we still got Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. You can kill my body, but you can't unalive my soul. Right? That's why Yahawashi said, fear him that can destroy both flesh and soul in hell. Alright? And not meaning no hell where you burn forever, but meaning this place and meaning the lake of fire. Alright? Where you gonna burn for an eternity, a long while. So he can give you that death after pain. Esau can't give you no death after pain. Esau come up, pop me right now. Okay, I'm going in spirit world. I'm coming back. Hey, Yahawah Ratazah, I'm coming back because I died in Yahawashi Hamashiach. Right? I'm coming back in that everlasting body. Okay, guess what? I'm coming back to get on Esau's ass. So he can't do shit to me in the spirit world. Right? So you got to fear Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, who can reach you anywhere. You cannot escape him. Okay, so he will destroy this sinful kingdom. Verse 9, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sleeve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Meaning that his sheep hear his voice. The elect, the remnant, will be protected and will be chosen and will be picked up wherever you are. Shalawam to my brother GMS Melbourne. Shalawam to the brother GMS Australia. All right, down there, them brothers down there, all the way on the other side of the planet. But the doctrine is the same. The understanding is the same. You know, Shalawam to the brothers in the UK. The understanding is the same. The doctrine is the same. All right? So individuals are going to be plucked. Yahawah knows where his men are. Your deeds are being rewarded regardless if it's only 2 people, 1 people on the live or whatever that may be. You don't get no likes or nothing. Fuck all that shit, man. All right? Who are you trying to appease? Who are you trying to be approving to? It's Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. If you right and you correct, then hey, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi saw it all. Alright? I hate the social media era, man. Because it's full of artificial dopamine. It's giving you, gratification. Well, I gotta do a lesson on that. Instant gratification. That shit is not healthy for you. Instant gratification. And that's what this world, that's what Esau loves to push with his social media. Instant gratification. Boom, boom, boom. That's why you got ugly bitches thinking they cute. Because they're instant gratification. Girl, I put a video up. I got 100 likes. There's nobody likes you. Dude, because everybody is simping, man. It's embarrassing, man. Our nation has become a laughingstock, but not the remnant. Amos 9 and 10. Okay? All the sinners of my people. So, boom. He will sift the nation of Israel, but then the sinners of his people, key word. So the sinners of the nation of Yasharahla, right? All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And that's furthermore talking about Jacob's trouble, man. All right, you think you can run, you can get a ticket and you can leave Babylon and you're gonna escape. No, you better read Ezekiel 20 and 38. If a brother could, post that up. Ezekiel 20 and 38. The rebels will be purged out. Or Luke 19:27, man. Come before me those that won't let me reign over you and slay them. Meaning in your head lives off. All right, it's no way to escape. This is a king that will take every crown off of every kingdom. And you think you can escape him? There's no way to go. Take your ass to Mars, you still can't escape. All right, who created Mars? Who created all of this? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. All right, let me see. Precept, Ecclesiasticus 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High Yahawah and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Can I pin that? I don't even know how to pin. Do I look like I smoke weed, bro? What's wrong with these motherfuckers, man? I don't know how to pin it, but you know, and he probably a Jake too, a speckled bird. Gonna ask me, do I smoke weed? I'm sitting here with a Bible in my hand and a garment on, and it's just, and I should have just ignored it. You know, I should have just ignored it. But these guys, bro, this place is fucking, man, it's done. I'm like, seriously, bro, do I look like I smoke weed? Ezekiel 20 and 38. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter. All right? They shall not enter into Israel. They shall not enter into the kingdom. They have to what? They have to come through via the birth canal. We call them nutsack Israelites. All right? So you're not going to be able to walk in. You will have to come through regeneration, reincarnation. You know? All we can, and at the end of the day, we don't know who's chosen. So all we can do is pray and hope to be of that number. That's all we can do. This is why you got to be humble, man. You got to have a contrite spirit. You got to be meek. Don't get high-minded just because you got precepts and this and that. All right? No. We seen brothers get took out like that, snatched out, spirit snatched away from them. Luke 19 and 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Okay? At the end of the day, and that's precept into that. You will not be able to come into the land if you don't bow down to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi and get in order. You have an opportunity to get in order right now. All right, and continuing that, going back to that, Ezekiel 20 and 38. And they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am Yahawah. So every single individual on this planet, you will know the Father's name. You will know the Son's name. You will know who destroyed Babylon. You will know, because Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, this will be spoke of forever. How the chosen, how the remnant were brought up into chariots. That will be spoke of forever. How they were delivered from Babylon. I believe, speaking as a man, I believe it's going to be a feast day. All right, whenever we brought up, I believe it's going to be a feast day, man. We're going to celebrate that day. Because that is something to celebrate, man. Just how we celebrate Passover, we're going to celebrate this. The second Exodus in a sense. All right? What? Roman, yeah, I know. I was trying to pin it. I don't know. I thought I could pin it, but whatever. It's all good. Romans 12 and 3. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly according to power have dealt to every man the measure of faith. God, we all have different gifts. We all have different lots, different measures of faith, different measures of understanding. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. And with that being said, I like to say, man, love yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Your position is your position for a reason. Don't try to have another brother's position. Don't try to, love your position. and encourage that and build the best position that you can build for yourself. And learn your gift and walk in it. You know what you had a passion for, how you can add to the ministry, you know, and just get in line, man. At the end of the day. Now going back to this Isaiah 65, verse 12. Let's read 12 again. Therefore I will number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. That's why we got the Amos 9, letting you know that the sinners of our people shall be destroyed, because they didn't want to listen. When it was told to you that the sword was coming, it was told to you that famine was coming, it was told to you that pestilence was coming, all right? But you didn't want to listen, so you got overtook. This female that we showed in the video again, and I'll show it later on, talking about she's about to go in the stores and steal and riot and do it. She's bringing what Esau, you falling right into Esau's trap. Jacob's trouble is you're falling right into it, because guarantee it's no man in that household, all right? Most likely was no father in her life, all right? Or if he was there, he was weak, you know, he was simpish, all right? So she doesn't have no type of discipline. She doesn't have no type of understanding to not move in that vibration. You have women out here moving like brute beasts. All right, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith Yahawah power, behold, my servants. Servants. If you could, Nakash, give me the word servants, give me the definition. All right, or any brother, man. Therefore, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So those that don't serve the Most High, those that don't serve the Son, you will be ashamed. You will be low, bro, low. You may have it right now. Okay, so what? Temporary joy. Permanent joy, permanent rest, permanent understanding is better than temporary joy, temporary rest, temporary understanding. The wisdom of the world, that's temporary understanding. And you're going to find out it's not beneficial to you at all, man. At the end of the day. Hey, Shalawam, bro. Okay. 14. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For Yahawah power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. All right, so going into the kingdom, man, we're going to be what? It's going to be a position of honor, a position of reverence, a position of praise. This is when you get your praise, in the kingdom, not here, not on this side of the timeline. All right, those that get their praise now, like LeBron, like a Diddy, like a Jay-Z, all that mess is going to fade away. It's going to crumble away, okay? They have been elevated and lifted up at this time for a position to be destroyed. And they think because they have the money, the fame, the approval of the YT man and these 2/3 individuals, they think that that is something to rejoice over. They get in a high-minded position when you have never known the Most High. All right, you have never known the Most High. Okay? So keeping it going, verse 16. That he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the power of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by power of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. So in Jacob's trouble, when everybody else is lacking food, lacking water, lacking safety, right? Huh? Yes, sir, it's finna happen. So they're lacking all of this. His servants, the servants of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will be protected and took care of, you know? And that's the beautiful thing. That's the comfortability that we have.
The insurance.
Via these, yeah, insurance in a sense, yes. So that's the insurance that we have from these scriptures, man.
No,
all right? This is why you build up your treasures in heaven. And it's a good thing the brother said insurance, because you build up your treasures. That's like you paying your premium. to the Most High. And then he's going to what? He's going to come, as we say, you're going to make spiritual withdrawals in that time. You know, you're going to need the Most High. And he's going to remember how much you served him and the faith that you shown. All right, by making your body a living sacrifice. All right, by standing upon these people looking and saying whatever. But he said, fear them not, because they have no understanding. If they want to get it, they'll come and listen. All right, but if they don't, it's not for them. They have been given a spirit of slumber. All right, anybody get me the definition of servant? At etymoline.com or whatever, anything to do. The definition of a servant.
Reverence.
All right, so keeping it going. Verse 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth. Now, what did we talk about earlier? Revelations 21, 1 through 3. That new heaven being a new kingdom, a new rulership, right? So, our kingdom, as Proverbs 29 and 2 says, when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people mourn. Everybody is mourning right now because ICE is knocking at your door. All right, your bills are piling up. The jobs, it's hard to find a job. Government shut down. All this type of stuff. Hello? So people are mourning all over this planet. You had what? Yesterday you had the King's Day parade. So people, millions all over this planet are protesting this wicked heaven, this wicked rulership, you know? So, hey, it's about to happen, man. And it's a beautiful thing. So those new heavens and that new earth is talking about a new kingdom, a new rulership, a new society where people will rejoice because the true rulers of this planet are back in order, are back in the position to rule. All right, and that is the Israelites, man, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, with Yahawashi, our king, being at the top of that rulership on this planet. And Yahawah the Father, you know, being overall. All right, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. So this place, this rulership of the Edomites is going to be like a fathom in your, like, that. Did it really happen? That's how we're going to look at it, right? Their rulership was minor, and it was only for 500 years in the sense, and really 250 because America was established 1776, right? But we know they came out of them caves about 1492, and they began to put their foot up our ass, right? So their rulership is light compared to us ruling forever, everlasting kingdom. As it says in Daniel, the 7th chapter, we shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever and ever. So that's a forever rulership compared to a temporary rulership, man. All right? Keeping it going. Verse 18, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create, for behold, I create Jerusalem, a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. As it says, every tear shall be wiped from our eye. All right, no more weeping, no more crying, no more death. As it says in 1 Corinthians 15:54, as the saying is written, death shall be swallowed up. So death will be swallowed up. You won't have to worry about your kids passing early or your wife. No, we will live forever. Nothing will be able to hurt us or harm us. All right, the water servant. Servant equals a servant is someone who performs duties for another person, especially a position of humble service, often under authority. Exactly, and that's what we are doing. We are humbling ourselves before Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. All right. So, and even in the brotherhood, you humble yourself before the brotherhood, right? To serve. We are servant kings. You know, that's what we are being taught by our elders. We look at how they serve, you know, this ministry, how they go out, preach and teach, how they serve and bring out videos upon videos upon videos and do what they're supposed to do. So that example has been brought out to us, and we follow after that example. You know, so it's don't look at the word servant as being a bad thing. You're serving somebody that's higher than you. And that's a beautiful thing, man. Because that Lord that's over you is going to protect you. And that's what we see, especially in Jacob's trouble, which we are in, man. All right, verse 19, verse 20. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days, for the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be accursed. All right, so let's get some more of that. 21. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. You go to the job, you go to the corporation, right? You work and you build up this man's kingdom. You build up his house, his vineyard, because that's what these jobs are. You have Jakes working at McDonald's, KFC, whatever. You don't own the company. You don't own the business. This will no longer happen. All right? What you're placing your time into, your energy into, you will reap the benefits of these corporations, these organizations. And that's a beautiful thing to see. All right? Because those curses will finally be lifted up off of us. All right? Isaiah 28 and 30. You know, talking about you working in another vineyard, but you won't be able to reap the benefits. They shall not build, and another shall inhabit. They shall not plant, and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enough the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, and bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of Yahawah, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and the dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith Yahawah. So once again, we won't be able to be touched. All right, having those everlasting bodies. We will not be able to be touched in general. Okay, let's get a couple more, and we're going to begin to close out to wrap up. Let's go to Matthew, the 24th chapter. Verse 15. The coming of the Son of Man is the caption. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. All right. Now, speaking of 70 AD, of course, but also a similitude for these points and these times is the enemy, the Romans, are once again going to come in like a flood. They're going to surround us. Once again, what is ICE? What is Border Patrol? What is DHS? What is all these type of CIA, these alphabet boys? What are they doing? They're coming down to surround Jake. They're coming down to, hinder Jake, to destroy Jake. All right, 19. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Because Jacob's trouble is not going to be a cupcake affair. Women that breastfeed, right, they're going to be used as resources to provide milk, So a woman would be as an item in that day, be sold. This is what we're talking about, a type of purge where these women will be as a commodity to be given for goods. I got a woman right now that's saying, hey, let me give it to you. Let me get some meat. Let me get some canned goods. This is the mindset of individuals in this time frame. You're going to have a lot of double crossing. They might be like, all right, I'll take her. You get the canned goods. Then they come through, pop you in the head, and they take all of that. This is what it's talking about when a neighbor shall spoil one another, rob one another. All right? A lawlessness, like the times of the old West, the Wild Wild West, when it was no law in that sense. You might have had a sheriff, but he wasn't about to do nothing. Bandits, outlaws, riding. So this is what we're looking at, man. Jacob's trouble is something that it's cruel, man. It's the worst point in history ever in existence. Worse than the time of Noah, worse than the time of Lot, All right, worse than any period that you could think of.
Babylon.
20, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. The winter meaning cold. What is going to be cut off? Heat, water, power. All these type of things are going to be cut off. All these type of things are going to be done away with. All right, you're going to have to maybe live off the land, be a pilgrim upon the earth, as it speaks of in 2nd Esdras. All right, so you have to be moving from place to place, you know, and this is what we're talking about. You may have to flee from ICE agents, flee from FBI, CIA that are trying to entrap you. You know, you may be given a warning that, hey, they coming to raid the houses tonight. We got to get up out of here. So then you take your family and you flee to another land. And then what? Hey, what's in the cars? Chips. So they can track these cars. They can track these things. So you're going to be walking. You're going to be moving. You know, it ain't going to be no, this is a realization that you're going to be walking from place to place. All right? Or you may exist in a refugee camp, a FEMA camp, all right, for a time period. And then angels may come and break you out. That's why you got to have your faith and keep your faith in these times which we are entering into. You know? Dang, what was it? Oh, with this whole WIC, SNAP, food stamp stuff being took away. What are these women are talking about on the internet right now, on the TikTok and all that? They talking about, it's true. Yeah, we know it's true. It's true. And they can't get their Similac. They can't get their milk. And that stuff is extremely expensive. Well, you know, if you was a wise woman, you would have breastfed. That's natural. All right, but Job 39 and 17, they're deprived of wisdom. There wasn't no wisdom. You're following after ways of Esau, giving your baby artificial milk that makes your baby extremely fat and all of that, man. Breast milk builds up the bones, the organs, the brain capacity. My daughter is extremely intelligent, being breastfed for 2.5 years. All right, learning, the learning curve, you know. So you need to give your child what is natural. The Most High has created a way to naturally live. So for you women that's talking about you can't get your Similac and all, I'm laughing. Ain't no empathy or sympathy in that manner, because you should have used the natural ways that the Most High has set up for you. But you women don't want to breastfeed because, oh, it's too hard, or the child is too attached. That's how it's supposed to be. All right? You know what I'm saying? So, Jake, you have forsaken the old paths, as it says in Jeremiah 6 and 16. You have forsaken the ways that are beneficial to you and went to ways that are detrimental to you and furthermore your children. All right? A woman that's wicked is detrimental to her husband. A man does not want a wicked ass woman that can't follow orders. All right, let's keep it going. Verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, that's Jacob's trouble, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. So this time period will never happen again. All right, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So the Most High has shortened these days just so we can escape, just so we can make it up out of these days. If Yahawashi didn't plead and beg the Most High to shorten these days, none of us would have made it through. That's how bad these times are going to be. All right? That's how bad. So it's for the elect's sake, Yahawah, we be of those numbers. All right? That number. Keeping it going. 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is a Mashiach, or there, believe it not. Because how is our king coming, man? In chariots, spaceships, so-called UFOs. All right? The entire planet will see him and know. Okay? It ain't gonna be no, I think that's him. No. So you won't be deceived by a Project Blue Beam, or them saying he's in the desert, or he's over here, or he's in Jerusalem. or whatever it may be. No, you're not going to be deceived by those things if you actually read your Bible. You had all these goofies talking about rapture this, rapture that, all right, and nothing happened because that's not how the scriptures state. Ain't no rapture, ain't no pre-tribulation rapture, all right, and rapture is not even in the Bible, okay? So it's nowhere in there. Now, being beamed up into chariots, that's in the Bible, okay? 1 Corinthians 15, 50 through 54. 1 Thessalonians 4, 16, 15, really 13, going downward, all right? And Matthew 24, 29 through 31, as we're about to go into. So you have, and furthermore, more Revelations 18 and 4, you have plenty of instances where it says we will go into chariots, right? But saying that we know that time, that's a lie. Not even the Son knows that period of time, okay? So keeping it going. 23. Then if any man say unto you, lo, here is a Mashiach, or there, believe it not, for there shall arise false Mashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. All right, now, what is a part of Esau's miracles? That damn AI, which is coming forth, showing you this, showing you that. It's getting far better. It's looking extremely real, but you have to be able to discern between AI and between real life, man. All right, so anything that you're going into, examine it clearly and diligently. And always say, we can't stand up here and say we ain't been fooled by AI. We've been fooled. You know, we seen certain things and be like, yo, that looks crazy, but it was AI the entire time. You know, and that just lets us know, hey, yo, it's time to sharpen up. We in a different part of the battle, right? We are in a different part of the battle where we have to be sharper in our discernment, sharper in analyzing things, not to trust and not to deal with things just off rip. I had this brother, man, was dealing with on the TikTok. Come to find out, he's under Genesis, under Deacon Hassad and all that. And that made sense why this brother was off in certain areas. He may call on Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, but I found, finally came to the conclusion of the brother being like, well, I don't subscribe to y'all doctrine. I go to Genesis. I go to Deacon Hassad. I'm like, oh man, they teaching that the lake of fire is a river, right? So that's crazy. So hey, I had to separate from that individual, man, because I can't be around no bugged out ass doctrines, man. All right, I'm subscribing to Great Millstone and affiliates. That's it, because that's where the truth is coming out of. That's where I found the correct understanding, the proper doctrine. All right. Now, if you can't discern that these guys are bugged out, then that's a discernment issue for you, man. If they don't speak to the law and the testimony, Isaiah 8:20, then they are bugged out. All right? Keeping it going. Verse 25. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will be eagles be gathered together immediately after the tribulation of those days. So that tribulation must come. That is talking about Yaakov's Tazar, Jacob's trouble. All right, that time frame must come. We must go through it, and we are in it in the midst. Now, what happens in it? Esau coming down like a flood, Isaiah 59:19. All right, supply chains being cut off, truckers being cut off from delivering goods, grocery stores being shut down, or shelves becoming empty, as it's stated in 2nd Esdras, right? For Brother Noah, you could get it, Baba Kashar, but you don't got to, right? But the God, exactly. The storehouses will be empty, you know. But you're wondering, how is McDonald's and KFC still producing burgers 24/7?
Lab.
Because it's lab meat and it's baby fetuses. It's all this type of stuff that's going on. That's why McDonald's has a contract with your nearest hospital to take those baby fetuses, those abortions, you know, and they take
Dead
that,
people?
they grind dead people exactly. They take it, they grind it up, and they produce it as meat. They make it into burgers, you know. But you may not want to hear that because you may eat at the McDonald's.
You didn't make out. It's modern day cannibalism.
Cannibalism, and that's what Esau always did when they came over here. They ate the Native Americans. All right, when they didn't have food, they ate the Native. This is their natural instinct, man. They are wicked, going back to their caveman nature. They will eat anything. They don't follow the laws. They'll eat anything.
Worms,
All right,
snails.
keeping it going. Verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Now those stars are talking about ICBM missiles coming down to hit this place. All right, the moon, the sun, wisdom is no longer being here. As we read in Isaiah 19:3, the council, he will destroy the council of Babylon. So their understanding, their as they call their think tanks, that's going to be done away with. All right, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth, every single nation, all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. All right, so it's not going to be no, I think that's him. No, that's going to be him. You're going to know. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds and from one end of heaven to the other end of heaven. And that's going back, as we read, Ezekiel 20:38, gathering, the rebels to purge them out. All right. Furthermore, Revelations 18:4, coming out of here, my people, he's going to gather his people wherever they be. Now, some will be destroyed. So, in the midst of that, you're going to have chariots in the midst of these ICBM missiles coming and vaporizing people that don't want to get right. Regardless if you are Israelite, regardless if you another nation, you will be vaporized if you don't want to get right. When is that time for you to get right? That time is now. The doors of mercy are closing. All right, so you had the opportunity to repent, turn back, and get right with Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. But if you reject him, that wisdom that crieth in the streets, Proverbs 1:20, going downward, then you have rejected your opportunity to get right. You have rejected salvation that was sent to you. All right? By calling on Jesus, you reject that salvation that was sent to you because you're calling on a name that was created in the 1600s, man. That's crazy. By your colonizers, by the ones that rule over you. You know what I'm saying? God. So, hey, with that being said, I'm going to wrap it up, man. I hope this has been an edifying lesson. And the water for all you brothers that provided precepts and definitions and all that, man, to support the lesson. Hey, y'all went to town, man. The water for all that. Both of you brothers, any brother that was up in here. Let me see. I saw somebody pop in that I didn't salute. Oh, Shalawam, Amataza, Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barakazah. Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barakatah, bro. Shalawam, bro. Shalawam. Good to see you, bro. All right. Hey, Shalawam, Yawanathan. Yeah, Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barakatah. All right. Solid videos from every brother in this comment board, man. Every brother in this comment board. Hey, Shalawam to everybody that's producing lessons. All right. Hey, with that being said, man, I'm going to wrap it up and face the east. All praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the Great Millstone, once again, who I do listen to and subscribe to. All right, Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children. Shalawam to you sisters in the background, listening, all right, and keeping order, maintaining yourselves. As always, Kwam Yasharahla and Abba Ball to this wicked kingdom. May Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi destroy this bitch yesterday, man. All right. Shalawam. Hey, Shalawam, y'all. Shalawam.
I agree. Hey, brother.